unlike most people who work on China now, maybe all of them, I saw China before it became the China we now see. Watch China go from being a black and white movie to Technicolor, and it was exciting. We arrived in Shanghai to take a Chinese pilot onto the plane and to go to Beijing. But there were no planes, there were birds singing at the airport. I'd never heard birds at an airport before. China was a cultural desert, really. One of the first things I do when I go anywhere is try to see what people are reading. Nobody was reading anything. I went to the Tsinghua Shudian on Beijing. There was nothing there but Marx, Engels, Lenin, Stalin, and Mao Zedong thought. I guess I had had some understanding of the extent of ideological uniformity that had been imposed. People in Washington were not prepared to believe that China, which had been seen as backward and closed, was really going to change and move forward. And I didn't believe it until the fall, late summer of 1979, and I was staying at the Beijing Fandian, and it was the weekend. I went walking toward Nanshizi, and at the corner of Nanshizi and Chang'an Dajie, there was a guy with a push cart selling noodle soup, Hongshao Niao Tangmian. My favorite thing. I like this. So I bought a bowl of noodles, and I said to this guy, you know, which work unit are you from? 哪个单位? He said, 我是个体户. I never heard this word before, but I knew what it meant. So I said, wow. He said, I'm my own unit. I said, okay, 我自己就是单位了. So I said, okay, now I understand there really is a revolution happening. It was also exciting, of course, because China was changing rapidly. There began to be 夜市场, 自由市场. There were no, this had not happened before. Chinese began to be much more cosmopolitan. They began to travel abroad, study abroad, first the older generation and then young people. And everything was changing. I watched Chinese women go from everybody wearing the same blue or gray costume and everybody having the same haircut and nobody having any makeup to color, you know, suddenly came in style. So I have every reason to be optimistic about China in the long run. In the short run, yeah, there will be problems and China will make mistakes and stumble. But in the long run, things are moving in a good direction, generally, I think.